Look, I have had this on my mind all week regarding the future of our receiving core. Pro Football Focus just released their rankings of the top 32 wide receivers in the league, and veteran free agent Stefon Diggs made the cut despite currently being unsigned. This is fascinating because it places a proven, battle-tested playoff performer right on the open market, while our Carolina Panthers continue to build around young stars like Tepper McMillan. It is rare to see a veteran of his caliber available when a team is looking to take that final leap. And honestly, the more details come out, the harder it is to ignore what is going on behind the scenes. Please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop your name and city in the comments below. Let us get into it. Veteran wide receiver Stefon Diggs is currently making headlines as the only unsigned player named to the recent top 32 wide receiver list published by Pro Football Focus analysts Dalton Wasserman and Max Chadwick. While the list spans from Puka Nacua to Calvin Ridley, the inclusion of the 32-year-old veteran has sparked serious conversations across the league about which team might secure his services next. For us as Carolina Panthers fans, this report is particularly intriguing because our team has been aggressively rebuilding our receiving core under Dave Canales. We saw the immediate impact of our 8th overall pick, Tepper McMillan, who claimed Offensive Rookie of the Year honors after leading the squad with 70 catches and 1,014 yards. Pairing him with the steady production of Jalen Coker and the promise of Chris Brazzell too has given Bryce Young a solid foundation. Yet the presence of a seasoned professional like Diggs is a different animal entirely. What makes this even bigger is that despite a 2024 season cut short by an ACL tear, Diggs proved his worth during his time with the New England Patriots by recording 85 receptions and 1,013 yards. His ability to perform in the postseason, where he has logged 83 career receptions for 1,019 yards, offers the kind of championship pedigree that could push our young roster over the edge. Many in our fan base are torn between staying the course with our homegrown talent or bringing in a high-priced veteran who demands targets and experience. While his average of 7.9 yards per catch in New England raised some eyebrows, his technical route running remains elite. The most staggering aspect of this situation is that Stefon Diggs remains unsigned despite his proven ability to perform on a championship stage after a resilient comeback from his 2024 season ACL injury. Think about it this way. We are looking at a veteran with 7 career seasons exceeding 1,000 yards. A rare level of consistency that typically demands a premium contract even for a 32-year-old athlete. His 2024 campaign with the New England Patriots, where he recorded 85 catches for 1,013 yards, proved he is not just a legacy name, but a tactical asset for a team aiming to deepen their playoff rotation. Historically, our front office has shown a preference for building through the draft, as evidenced by the immediate success of Tepper McMillan, our Offensive Rookie of the Year, who paced the team with 1,014 yards and 7 touchdowns. General Manager Dan Morgan is likely weighing the financial flexibility of our roster against the undeniable benefit of adding a player with 18 games of postseason experience. While our young core of McMillan, Xavier Legette, and Jalen Coker developed chemistry with Bryce Young, the coaching staff knows that veteran presence in the locker room often dictates how a team handles the pressure of late-season games. The front office is surely evaluating if the current receiving room possesses the nuance required to navigate high-stakes postseason scenarios, or if they need the seasoned, steady hand that only a professional like Diggs can provide. Bringing in a player who has already demonstrated he can still produce at a high level while working through recovery suggests the team is strictly focused on maximizing our current window of competitiveness. Adding a player of his pedigree could transform our wideout group from a promising young unit into a truly dangerous and complete offensive attack capable of challenging anyone in the conference. The potential addition of Stefon Diggs to our roster represents a pivotal junction for the Carolina Panthers as we look to capitalize on our recent success. While we boast the reigning NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year in Tepper McMillan, bringing in a veteran of Diggs' caliber offers a unique insurance policy and a tactical advantage that could define our next championship run. This is where it gets real for General Manager Dan Morgan, who must decide if the team has the remaining salary cap flexibility to incorporate such a battle-tested talent alongside our rising stars. Integrating a receiver with 11,504 career yards would shift our depth chart immediately, sliding current contributors into more manageable roles and providing Bryce Young with a reliable security blanket who has seen it all during his 18 career postseason contests. This move would force our division rivals, including the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, to respect our passing game at every single level of the field. When we line up for those high-stakes divisional matchups or challenging late-season road games, having someone who has already proven he can contribute on a championship contender provides a psychological edge that younger players simply have not earned yet. Our current standing in the NFC South is strong, but the difference between a division title and an early playoff exit often comes down to the precise execution that a veteran like Diggs brings to the huddle. By adding a player with 7 1,000-yard seasons to a core featuring Jalen Coker and Chris Brazzell-Tseku, we effectively insulate our offense against injuries or defensive adjustments that might otherwise stifle our progress. This strategic pivot does not just improve our chances of repeating as division champions. It elevates our entire organization into the tier of true, perennial Super Bowl threats. Adding Stefon Diggs to our receiver core offers a clear path toward championship aspirations, especially considering the pedigree he brings to a Carolina offense that has made major strides. The primary argument for signing a veteran like him is his extensive playoff resume, as he has played in 18 postseason contests, racking up 83 receptions and 1,019 yards. Having a seasoned professional to guide youngsters like Tepper McMillan and Jalen Coker could accelerate their development while giving Bryce Young a high-floor receiver who understands how to thrive on the biggest stages. And this is the part that gets me, because while his statistics in New England were consistent, he averaged a mere 7.9 yards per catch, which signals a potential decline in explosive ability. Relying on an older player coming off an ACL tear carries inherent risks, and we must weigh his $1,000 yard output against his diminishing yardage per reception. Analysts at ESPN like Teddy Bruschi and Jeremy Fowler have noted the value in Diggs for a team with a quarterback capable of managing his personality, suggesting that while he remains a target, his role must be carefully defined to maximize efficiency. Here is where I land on this. While the prospect of adding his experience is alluring, the narrative that he is still a top-tier threat feels slightly overblown given his recent production levels. We need to be very careful not to overpay for a name brand when our current young core is already producing at a high level. If we pursue this, it should be on our terms, ensuring he complements our current assets rather than disrupting the chemistry that Dave Canales has cultivated with our rising stars. We have invested heavily in the draft, and balancing that youth with veteran wisdom is wise, provided the cost reflects his current reality. The direction of our Carolina Panthers franchise is clearly shifting toward sustained contention as we look to build on our status as reigning NFC South champions. By blending the youthful brilliance of Rookie of the Year Tepper McMillan with the veteran stability of someone like Stefon Diggs, we are assembling a receiving core that could finally provide Bryce Young the consistency he needs to elevate our offense to an elite level. And I will be straight with you, there is every reason to feel optimistic about the months ahead, because we are no longer just hoping for individual talent to emerge, but are actively curating a roster capable of deep postseason runs. Adding a player with the pedigree of Diggs, who has logged 7 1,000-yard seasons and played in 18 postseason games, would provide a blueprint for our younger players to follow as they handle the pressures of high-stakes professional football. We should feel confident that our leadership is serious about winning right now and not settling for mediocrity. This approach signals to the league that we intend to remain the team to beat in the South while pushing for larger goals. With the recent draft additions and the proven production from our core, the front office is signaling a clear move toward championship-caliber expectations for the next several seasons. It is time for us to embrace these standards and support a group that is finally hitting its stride in the Dave Canales era. Given the impressive 1,014-yard debut season from Tepper McMillan, would you prefer to sign the veteran Stefon Diggs to mentor him or stick with our current young group? If you enjoyed the video, do not forget to like it and subscribe to the channel. Keep pounding. I will see you in the next one.